Hello dear students, this is Madhurima Miss. In my today's video, I am back with another chapter from your textbook. The name of the textbook that I am using here is Treasure Chase. This is the new book selected by CISC board, and this is for class 9-10 students. Now this is the poem that is included in the syllabus of class 9 students belonging to ICSE board, and the name of the poem that I'm going to discuss in my today's video, the name of the poem as you can see on the screen, The Night Mail. It is written by W.H. Auden, and by the name you can understand this is going to be the story, this is going to be the poem about a train that is playing very crucial role in the lives of many people. Now, the time when Auden was writing, remember that time technology has not advanced or progressed the way it has progressed today, the way it has advanced today. In today's world, I can communicate with any of my friends or relatives just with the help of a telephone, just with the help of a mobile phone. But that time when Auden was writing this poem about this night mail, that train, that time the communication between or among different regions that are situated miles apart from one another, the communication between such regions, such countries, such areas were established and maintained. The connection communication was maintained by delivering letters, and the work of conveying these letters was done by such trains, by such mail trains. Now there are two types of trains. One is a passenger train where we passengers, human beings, can board, and from one end of the country we can go to another end of the country. But mail trains, they generally carry letters, checks, postal orders, and we are going to see how this train is playing a very crucial role in the lives of many people. And another information that I need to add before moving on to the poetry discussion of the poetry, the poem that we are going to read today in this video, this is basically a verse commentary that was written by W.H. Auden for a documentary film, and the name of the documentary film was Night Mail. So the poem that we are going to read today, it's basically used. It was basically meant to be used for that documentary film, and we have it as a poem today. And the train that we are going to talk about, the train is basically establishing connection between England and Scotland. Okay, London belongs to England, so England and Scotland, they were getting connected through this train, mail train. Now, having said that, let us come to this poetry. This is the night mail crossing the border. Now, the night mail is crossing the border. The border refers to the border between England and Scotland. So, the train from England, it was going to Scotland. And the name of the train is night mail. Why? Because it was traveling. The train generally operates during night time. That's why the train was named as night mail. So, this is the night mail crossing the border. So, throughout this poem, we are going to read the story of this night mail, and it is crossing the border. As I have already said, the border was set up between England and Scotland, bringing the check and postal order, letters for the rich, letters for the poor, the shop at the corner, and the girl next door. So basically the train is carrying letters, checks, postal orders, letters, and letters, not only for the poor people, not only for the rich people, rather this train is carrying the letters for both the rich people and the poor people, somebody who has shop at the corner, somebody who is living next door, for everyone. Basically this portion suggests that the train is carrying important letters, checks, postal orders that belongs to almost to everyone of the country. Pulling up betook a steady climb. Now this is when the train is ascending, the train is moving upwards. Okay, the pulling up betook is a village in Scotland, and there was a steady climb. Pulling up betook a steady climb. Steady climb means continuously it is climbing and climbing and climbing. So continuous climb is being referred to here as a steady climb. The gradients against her, definitely Why the gradient is against her? Because she is climbing up, so she is acting against the gravity. She does not have the support of the gravity, and that is why it is being said that the gradient, the landscape, is against her, but she is on time. So no matter how hard the journey is, how steep the climb is, she will still be ready to reach in every station on time. She'll be ready to reach her destination. She'll be ready to reach her destination on time, no matter how difficult the journey is, no matter how steep the climb is. Past cotton grass and moorland boulder. So basically, here the poet is giving us a very picturesque description of the landscape, rural landscape by which the train is going on. Past cotton grass, so the train is passing by a field that is that is filled with grasses that produce cottons, okay. And moorland boulder, huge chunks of stones are referred to as boulder. And moorland basically a piece of land that is generally remains uncultivated in the hilly area. That land, uncultivated hilly area, the land is being referred to as moorland, okay. Moorland boulder. So the train is passing through the cotton grass by the moorland boulder. So this is how the train is passing by a natural landscape. Shoveling white steam over her shoulder. Now shoveling means releasing here. Shoveling white steam. Why is it releasing white steam? Because the train is running on the engine is dependent on the coal. This is the source of the power for the trains back in those days when Auden was writing this poem. So that is why, since it has a steam engine, that is why it is being said that it was releasing steam as the train was moving forward, and it was releasing steam over her shoulder. So basically you can see the train is being referred to here as somebody who is connected with a female entity. So the poet has personified the train. And what is personification? Personification refers to the act of adding or contributing, attaching human qualities to anything that is inanimate, to anything that is that is being considered as non living entity. So the train is definitely not at all somebody who is alive, but it is being said that she is moving, she is releasing steam over her shoulder. That is why it is being called a personification. And what else? Snorting noisily. So here again an example of personification. Who snorts? Only a human being can snort. So that human quality is being attributed, is being attached to the sound that the train is moving, to the sound that the train is making when the train is moving. So the train is moving noisily, and it is being compared to the snorting of a human being. So the train is snorting noisily as she passes silent miles of the wind-bent grasses. So suppose the wind is blowing in this direction, and the wind is making the grasses bend. That is why it is being said that wind bent grasses. So throughout this wind bent grasses the train is passing. And remember, the train is making the noise, but the entire valley, the entire rural landscape, that entire landscape is silent, completely silent. Why? As the train is moving on in the night time, the train is traveling during the night time. That is why the landscape is silent, nature is silent, people human beings, human world is silent as they are sleeping. But the train is moving with noisily. The train is moving noisily, okay. Now let us see what else is happening. Birds turn their heads as she approaches, stare from the bushes at her blank-faced coaches. So now the birds, earlier we are given the information about the natural landscape, natural rural landscape through which the train was passing, and now we are given the information that how the animals are reacting to the sound that is being made by the train. Night mail. Now the birds are looking at this this night mail. Birds are looking at its journey, how she is moving, how she is making noises. The birds are looking from the bushes. What else? Sheepdogs cannot turn her course. Sheepdogs cannot turn her course means sheepdogs are generally raised by farmers, by shepherds, to gather flock of sheeps at one place, to keep them there, to keep them together. So that is the purpose of a sheepdog. It is being used, the sheepdogs are used to raise this flock of sheep. But it is being said in this poetry, in this poem, that even that sheepdogs, those sheepdogs are unable to turn her course. Okay, they cannot, even when they are running with along the train, but they won't be able to, they are unable to uh, turn her course. Okay, even though they are trained to turn the course of the sheep that is leaving the flock, but still these dogs cannot turn the course of the train. So basically the train is determined to reach its destination, her destination, on time. They slumber on with paws across. So when they cannot do anything to make the train change her course, they are basically slumbering, sleeping. Slumbering refers to sleeping. They are sleeping with their paws across. Paws across means very, in a very relaxed manner. So if this is one paw, that is, if the this one is one paw of the dog, then the another paw is like this. So in this manner the dog has kept, the dogs are keeping their paws across, and that shows that how relaxed the dogs are. In the farm she passes, no one wakes, but a jug in the bedroom gently shakes. So when the train is passing by the farm, no one is awakened by the sound of the moving train. But what else is happening? Due to the movement of the train, due to the heavy movement of the train, due to the vibration that is generated by the movement of the train, there is a jug in the bedroom that was gently shaking. That is all is happening. So nobody is bothered, nobody is troubled, or troubled by this journey of this night mail. Dawn freshens, the climb is done. Down towards Glasgow she descends. Now the climbing up, the action of climbing up, the work of climbing up, ascending is done. Now the train is coming down. Now the train is descending. You can see the D sound, dawn. In dawn the D sound is being used. In down the D is being used. Then down again D, then C descends again D. So D is being repeated. You can see I have written a handwritten note over here. D sound is repeated D sound is repeated here as the train descends. So to represent the movement of the train downwards, the poet is using D sounds in these two lines. Okay, and the train is now moving towards Glasgow. What is Glasgow? Glasgow is basically a port city of Scotland. Okay, the train is moving from England to Scotland, and now the rural area that was there, the rural area is not there in Glasgow anymore. Now we have shifted from rural area to the urban area, because Glasgow is a it belongs to the urban city area. Okay, so it is a port city of Scotland, and this is where the rural description has ended. Now the poet is giving us the description of the city life as the train is descending. Remember, towards the steam towards the steam tugs yelping down the glade of cranes, towards the fields of apparatus, the furnaces set on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. All Scotland waits for her. So let us see the first two lines here. Towards the steam tugs. What is a steam tug? Steam tugs are operated by steam, like steam engine. We have steam tugs. Now what is a tug, or what is being referred to by the term? Tugs refers to the towing boats. To tow, if there is a boat that is there on the ocean or on the lake, that is needed to be, that is not functioning, malfunctioning, or isn't working anymore, needed to be towed down to the shore, then the tugs will be used for that. Okay, so towing boats are referred to as tugs, and since they are operated by steams, by coals, that is why they are being described as steam tugs. And now the train is yelping down. To yelp means to shout, to scream. Now the train is screaming, and it is moving downwards to the glade of cranes. Now the poet is very cleverly using these terms. Generally, glade refers to an open area that is covered with grass. Okay, but when you are in an urban area, can you expect to see an open area that is covered with grass? Generally, not. That is not possible. So, the poet is saying, comparing the urban areas and rural areas, and here the poet is saying that the train is moving towards the glade of cranes. So, here there is a row of cranes are standing there in a row, and that looks like that is being referred to as a glade of cranes. Okay, towards the fields of apparatus means tools that are being manufactured over there, machines that are being manufactured over there. So you cannot expect to see a fields of flowers or fields of crops. Natural crops are not there in the urban area. So what you can see here in this Glasgow area, in the train's journey in the urban area, fields of apparatus, machines are there, tools are there. The furnaces sit on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. What is a chessman? These are, I have tried to draw a picture on the book to make you understand that these are called chessmen. The pieces that are being used in the game of chess, like king, queen, pawns, they are there. These things are being referred to as chessmen. So the poet is comparing that giant furnace, the furnace that is there on the dark plane. It is looking like a gigantic means huge. Okay, huge, enormous, in enormous size, the gigantic chessmen. Okay, the furnaces are being compared to gigantic chessmen. And what else? The poet is saying that the all Scotland waits for her. All Scotland is waiting for the train to arrive on time so that they can get their checks, their their checks and postal orders and letters that are supposed, they're waiting for it eagerly. They're waiting for the letters to arrive eagerly, because remember, as I have already said at the beginning of the poetry, that earlier, back in those days, these trains were the only way to establish any kind of communication that can be established among the regions that are situated miles apart from one another. So definitely they didn't have any WhatsApp or any other online social medias to communicate with one another. So they are waiting eagerly for the train to arrive. And that is why the poet is saying all Scotland is waiting. Now, as I have come to the end of the page number 1, page number 21, let me just tell you another thing, that if you look at the rhyming scheme here, you can see 8 couplets are there. What are couplets? Rhyming lines, 2 lines that are rhyming with one another. You can see the first 2 lines, border and order. This is one couplet. Pour, door, again second couplet. Climb, time, third couplet. Boulder, shoulder, fourth couplet. And fifth couplet, passes, grasses. Sixth one is approaches and coaches. Okay, approaches and coaches. And the seventh one is course and across. And the eighth one is wakes and shakes. Okay, wakes and shakes. So basically these are the 8 couplets that are being used here at the beginning of the poem, and later on the poet is moving on to the stanzas. And with this I'm ending my video today. And if there is anything that you haven't understood, or if there is any doubt regarding the way I have explained this poetry, do let me know in the comment section. And if you have liked my video, the way I'm explaining my video, do share this video among your friends, and do subscribe my channel for further videos, for the notification that you can get for further other videos. And don't forget to like the video. And thank you so much for watching my video today. I'll be back in my next video with the rest portion that is available on page number 22 and 23 of your textbook, The Treasure Chest. Thank you for watching my video today.